Hello, good morning everyone. On today's video we are going to review one of the most important setups in my opinion, the reversal. This is one of the most useful in my opinion. On the reversal we use a stochastic and an entry method that I name RBO, Reversal Breakout Order. Let's review first how is the setup and how we can use it with the standard tools included on any platform, and then we can see in detail what can we do with the custom indicators. On the setup we have three possible signals. Two are visible here. The dots show when a bar has a reversal condition. While the bar is painting, we also have dots but darker because the condition is not confirmed. And for the condition, to define if a bar is a reversal or not, we use a stochastic indicator. The stochastic has an oversold, an overbought, a key line, and a D line that is an average of the key. For the key line I use a period of 7, and for the D line we don't use the D line, so we, instead of hiding from the colors, we can use a period of 1. So anything with an average of 1 is equal to the line we are taking the average. So now we get two lines with the same value. On the key I will use dots, and the D just a line, so we get something like this. Let's make the dots bigger in red. So now we can see the exact value on each bar. And this is the overbought level, and this is the oversold level. The condition to define if a bar is a reversal bar is, first, the key line must be over the overbought. Second, the slope must be sloping down. Let's view an example. So we can see in detail bar by bar. This bar has a slope to the downside. It is making a higher high on the last n number of bars, so we get a signal. This is a reversal bar. The second has a higher high, or higher or equal high, and also the key line is sloping down. The following bar is making a higher high, but the slope is positive, so this is not a reversal. The following has a slope to the downside, but it is not making a higher high, so also it is not a reversal. And finally this one, it is making a higher or equal high to the last n number of bars, and also has a slope negative. The key line is going outside of the overbought area. And on the reversal bars we have an entry method. Each time we have a reversal bar, we place a stop entry order. On this case this is a sell stop at n ticks, by default 3, from the low of the bar. This bar is a reversal bar, so we place a sell stop 3 ticks from the low of the bar. On the following bar we don't get a fill, but it is also a reversal bar, so we can move the previous order 3 ticks from the low of this bar. At the following bar we also don't get a fill, but it is not a reversal. So by default the order should be cancelled unless we are using the alternative method that is counting bars. So we can count a certain number of bars until we cancel the entry order. By default the count is 1, so we cancel the order. On the following bar there is no signal, and here we place a sell stop 3 ticks below, and we get a fill near the arrow here. This arrow painted by the reversal is painted at the exact moment the price is touching, so we get an entry near this area. The indicator also paints dark dots when the bar is painting. So even if the bar is not finished, let's say we are painting this bar, while the price is going up and down, this key line is also moving up and down, so sometimes the slope is positive, so the dot is removed, and sometimes it is negative, so we get a dark dot painted. But we have time enough, while we have a possible signal with a dark dot, to place an entry order from the low 3 ticks to the downside. At the moment the bar closes, we are at the close here, if we had a dark dot, then it changes to light red, showing that it is a confirmed reversal bar. The minute time frame is not one of the best to use with this setup, mainly because the entry method places an entry order on the extreme of the bar. So if the bar is too big, then we don't get a very good signal. In this case it is good. All these dots had no entry because the market has not reversed enough to trigger the arrow. But one of the most time frames to use is the range. Let's try, for example, range 9, maybe range 12 or 15. Here we have some example trades. And for example, let's view the different alternatives we have after the reversal signal. So we are making a new high, the key line is sloping down. All these settings are on the custom indicator. Oversold, overbought, the stochastic settings for the key line, the offset to paint the signals, the number of bars to check that we are making a higher high, so it looks the 4 bars on the past. Also the offset for the RVO entry, and with this we can control, for example, let's say we are placing an entry order 3 ticks below here, so we get a fill on the following bar. If we use a bigger offset, for example 5 ticks, then at the following bar the price is not touched, there is no fill, and the order is cancelled. But as I said before, you can count bars. So instead of using a bar's life of 1, let's try with 2. 2 is the red bar, so it also don't reach the price. But if we use 3 bars, then we get an entry. So we have a signal, an order 5 ticks below, and finally a fill on the third bar. So with the offset of the RVO entry, we can control how much confirmation I want the market to reverse to enter the trade. The problem is, the bigger the offset, the late I enter the trade. So we leave more space on the table. We don't take all the profit. But for example, I avoid this fake signal, like this dot here. If we use 3 ticks for the offset, then I get an entry here, just at the moment it reverses. So with the RVO I can control that confirmation level. If we go to time frames, like for example the Unirenko, we may find that we don't get too much signals or no signals at all. There are no signals, and the reason for that, we need to check on the stochastic to understand what is happening. The rules are that we need 2 values over the overbought, and the problem is we don't have any pair of values over the overbought level, like here. So we need to decrease the level of the overbought at, for example, 70, 75. So we have 2 points sloping down, all above the overbought area. Let's change the values on the stochastic so we have an idea where we get the signals. Using 30 and 70. Now this is a signal because we have 2 points over the overbought. Here we have 2 points below the oversold and sloping up. Here it is sloping down. So let's change this on the indicator. Instead of 15, 30, and instead of 85, 70. And now we get these signals. And for the particular case of Unirenko, usually the reversal bar signals are almost better than the RVO, because we almost don't need the RVO if we fine-tune the settings of the Unirenko. So we can get a fill at the close of the bar with the dot. Here it will be a bad entry. And using the arrow, the RVO entry, we will be entering at 3 ticks from the close of the bar with the dot. The signals are very nice. We can see that it is very promising. If we look, for example, at the 5 minutes, the minutes is one of the worst bar types. We can check that maybe we need to change the oversold and overbought levels. On tick charts, we can try on Dow Jones with 150. And on this example, this arrow is an entry, a delayed entry from this dot, because we have not changed the bar lives. I will avoid that entry. Let's give only 1 bar of life. We want an entry at the following bar of the dot. We have a dot and then an entry. when we are on real time with this indicator, we have a long, a short, another long. There is no short here. Here we have a long. And why don't we have a short here? It looks like on these bars the stochastic is sloping up, and when it finally is sloping down, it is no longer making a higher high. So the condition is making a higher high, like on this one. But on this bar, we need an overbought of at least 70. And I guess we are using something bigger, so we need to change that 85 at 70 and the other 30. 20. No, 30 and 70. And now we have a perfect short signal. But of course, on the other side, on the long side, we also have unwanted signals, like this long. This long has a field 3 ticks over the height of the signal bar. We need to check the stochastic and decide which is the best level to use to get the best reversals. If we place this at 80, we only get on the top, on the best entry. And now let's see what we get on real time. Let's go back to range 9 and let's check this trade. So click on play, and now we can see that we have a possible reversal bar. The dot is dark. The slope is to the upside, it is below the oversold, and we have a horizontal line showing where I need to place a buy stop, just in case the bar is confirmed at the end of the bar. Now it vanishes because now the slope is no longer positive. The stochastic is placed at bar close, so we cannot see what it is doing on real time. And now we have a possible long, so we can place or buy stop. And it was very fast, but it was visible that we had a horizontal line where we need to place the buy stop and then a fill. So we have an arrow painted at the same moment the price is touching the entry. It was very fast, even taking into account that we are at 1 time the speed. Hope this video has been useful, and if you have any question, please post below. Thank you, bye bye.